Previously on the Dosyonkos podcast.
I'm pretty sure he says the reason you couldn't save your mom was due to lack of strength. And then he says the reason why I couldn't fight the Titan was lack of courage.
I'm gonna fucking look this up right now.
It's either episode 1 or 2. I'm pretty sure it might be episode 2 because...
Yes, it's episode 2. He's punching him in the head. He throws him on the ground. Mikasa goes to save him after... Yeah, Mikasa always be saving Eren.
That ass.
All right, so he says, Eren, the reason you couldn't save your mother is that you lack this... Okay, I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, I'm wrong.
Back like we never left with another episode of the Dosyonkos podcast. It's your boy SV here with my man Deion Chopper. Deion, what the fuck is up, bro?
Yo, I walked on top of the mountain like a dragon. I was feeling real high. Big bars. Early in the morning, big bars. No, your boys are out here. It's currently 9:03. Your boys up early with the content hustle. You know the fucking vibes. So we back. Classic shit. First we starting with the young recap, talking about the regular shit. A little bit of Fire Force, a little bit of Black Clover. I got an anime I slightly been watching. I'm gonna talk a little bit about that, John. And then we're gonna get into the main meat, talking about the rest of Attack on Titan season 1. Like we said last week, this month is Attack on Titan month. We drop in content on Attack on Titan every week up until the premiere of season 4, the final season. So it's gonna be good vibes for this whole shit, bro. Yeah, I can't wait. It's gonna be good vibes. So yeah, that's on the docket for today. Ooh. Yo, it's dumb early.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, is it bad that in my brain when you said 9:03, I said 90 Trey?
I said 90 Trey. 90 Trey. 90 Trey.
90. I don't know why I thought of it like that.
Bro, that's weak.
It's like when you learn a second language or you're bilingual, words just riddle off in your head as like a different sound.
That's the facts. That's the facts.
Oh. But yeah, man. So you feeling good today too?
Yeah, bro. I'm chilling. You know the vibes.
I feel that, man. Oh, so weekly recap. I've been kind of cruising through a whole bunch of stuff. I'm not really set on any one thing.
Yeah.
Oddly enough, on Twitter. So this is time to shout out to Twitter. We might as well do it early today. If you guys want to check us out, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram at Dosyonkos.
Yes, sir.
I was on, I think it was Twitter. It was Facebook. And someone was talking about they just watched the last episode of Fire Force.
Okay.
And they're like, why is this just getting so cringe? Like everything has like a backhanded positive. Did you watch the last episode?
I think I'm one episode behind. So the last one I saw was when they take down Nankatsu in the big ass golem or whatever, and your boy catches the nuke. That shit was crazy.
Yo, Sharon. Yo, he's like, I'm protecting
that shit blew my mind. I was like, yo, no way he's gonna catch this nuke, bro. And he fucking caught that shit. And then he shot it and it hit the moon, bro. I was like, yo.
Yo, the way he yelled too. That's why Sharon, man, is by far my favorite.
I can't hold you. That nigga's cool as fuck. Like, I can't hold you. He's cool as fuck.
Right? When he rolled up, he's like, yo, I'm a protector. He's like, I'm a protector. Boom, he goes fire walk and just smashes all the fire out on the ground and it catches us. My brain was so not ready for that.
Bro, I was not ready for that either. Because like when that shit happens, that's the only outcome that can save them at that point. Yeah. Like, oh, this guy has to reflect it. But then it's a nuke, bro. Like, he's gonna reflect a nuke. And then he just does it. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Because that's the only way they're gonna get out. Because they keep saying to run away, and then they're like, "Nah, the radius is too big now. We're not gonna escape." And like they say, it's gonna put like a 500-foot crater in the city if it hits the ground. It'll literally take out the entire city. And this man caught it. Fucking wild, bro.
It was so big, and you could see it on the moon.
Yeah, the crater that it made, you can see visibly from Earth. That's how big the crater would have been.
Yeah. God, that was... So yeah, so then you're caught up. You're caught up to where I am.
That's the last episode?
Yeah, that's the last episode.
Because there was one more.
Oh, no, I think it drops to... Well, I think it did drop like Friday. There's one today, but...
Oh, okay, yeah. So okay, yeah. All right, yeah. That makes sense.
What was the boy's name? It starts with an N, right?
Yeah, Nakatu?
Nakatu? I thought it was Natsu for the longest time.
Nigga, that's fine. That's fucking fire.
Yeah, but... Yo, that's what I was talking about. Him and Reaper. They have that.
Yeah.
It's just like
it's weird. It's weird. But like it makes sense, but it doesn't make it any less weird. It makes sense from the kid's perspective, but it doesn't make Reaper still doesn't make sense because like the way his shit's weird. So like with the kid, he has been had expectations put on him his entire life to do good, to be a doctor like his dad or whatever. So he felt this incredible weight to always be doing the best. So when Reaper is like, you can stay weak as a kid, in his little mind, he's like, oh, I don't have to try. I don't have to be doing all this stuff. And that's what he needed to hear. But Reaper is saying it in a sense like, I want you to stay weak because I can bully you. Yeah. So like, from the kid's perspective, he's not even looking at it like, oh, this guy's bullying me. He's like, oh, this guy wants nothing from me. No one else has ever wanted nothing from me. So now I can relax. Whereas with Reaper, he's like, oh, you're just a weak kid. I want to beat you up because you're weak.
Yeah.
So like, it makes sense that Reaper would be the one to match his mental state, but it's still weird nonetheless because he's literally just bullying a kid.
Yeah. And it's just the way it's okay, we're going to leave it just gives me like pedophile vibes, and it's just like
I don't know if I get pedo vibes. I get like he just beats him up. Like I don't get any like sexual vibe.
Maybe, I don't know. I feel like I don't know. I get like a weird vibe from. I guess that's what
it's definitely a weird vibe for sure.
Yeah,
but like it's just him beating up kids. Like that's a weird thing. Just to beat up kids.
We're gonna let him rock with it. We're just gonna let him rock.
Yeah, but like there's not nothing they can do at that point because like one. The guy stopped him. So like for him to stop him and you take him away, that doesn't look good. And then two, like I said, like the guy Reaper, as weird as he is, he's the only one who's a match for his mental state.
Yeah.
So they have to leave him with him. Like there's no other choice, which sucks, but there's no other choice.
And I guess that's what I'm feeling with the Fire Force joints is each pillar is so distinctly different.
1000%.
And they add such a cool take on the story because it's not like a dual protagonist. It's more of, you have Shinra. Shinra. And he's the main protagonist. But they bleed in kind of into the same thing because we're looking for the evangelist and we're trying to figure out how the Great Cataclysm came, but you also see Sho and I forgot the girl's name, the one that can like draw the
Inca. She's fucking weird.
Yeah, bro. And that's what I'm saying. So all these characters are now like a main character because you have to know what they're doing.
Yeah,
and they just bleed into the main story because you're not following them day to day. But you kind of have to be like, where's Sho? Like, what Sho? It's now on your brain, and it's not like a villainous aspect. It's more in the like they are a part of something that's gonna be crazy. Yeah. What are they doing, and how do we stop that? And now it just added this kid, and now it's like, is he gonna go like? You see the power they possess. It's like, is he gonna go off, like, and just ruin everyone? No, now he has his protector, like.
Yeah, it's crazy. So like it's just like the people, the pillars who have like Adola bursts, they just become instantly important. So no matter what's happening, you always have to relate what's happening to how it can affect these pillars.
because even though, like you said, like Shinra is our main pro tag, anyone with an Adola burst instantly becomes like right under Shinra in terms of importance. So like obviously our main character is the most important to the show, but like anyone with an Adola burst is instantly like right under him in terms of importance. So that's why like whenever they're so like everyone's so different, and you always have to like keep a thought out of like what everyone's doing.
Yeah.
Like we haven't seen Sho in a long time. And I think that's because they know if Sho sees Shinra again, he might flop. Because it already happened once. If the Haomiya, the plasma girl or whatever, the electrical girl, if she didn't fry his brain or whatever, like Sho might have been with the 8 already.
Yeah. And that would have been
like,
crazy.
Yeah, so like that's why I don't think they're letting Sho leave. Right. That's what we haven't seen that nigga yet.
I know.
We've seen his protector. We've seen Arrow, and we haven't seen him.
Yeah. And that's what they said, right? And the other thing was the protectors are built for the
specific
person. Like Arrow's a long range versus Sho's close range.
Yeah.
And Irma's close, long range, and Sharon's close, which makes sense. He goes too hard, bro.
OD.
So yeah, and that's what I like about Fire Force is their writing a little bit, like the way they engage you, because it's different. It's not like I remember times where I'm like, I didn't really care what Sasuke did. Like Sasuke had no meaning on what was happening in the village, but now it's anything that happens, even with like Joker pops out or Benny, it's like, what does this have to do with the pillars? Like,
yeah, exactly. Everything relates back to the pillars and the evangelists and that shit like that. So it's too good.
I think, too good. I mean, One Piece is popping now. I hope it's gonna pop because they just the cage to one of the I forgot the swordsman, one of the legendary swordsmen broke open. The one that they said they.
Ooh, yeah.
They're like, we should never open this, and then it opened.
Yeah.
And he's like, it just looks good, but it's like so slow, because they do the thing with One Piece that I swear they don't do with anything else in anime. Maybe they do, maybe like Dragon Ball Z, but Dragon Ball Z is boring. Like Dragon Ball Z, they'll have the guy charge up for like 3 minutes. And then have a dialogue about why he's charging up, and it's like, dude, I don't want to hear him scream for 3 minutes. But that's like what they. And One Piece is like the same way, except for they have the person, like, there's they have them trained, but there's like a fine line between showing me how too much training and showing me enough training. Like Naruto did it well. He was trying to make. They had a series where he was trying to make the Rasengan, and he learned it, and he went through a few things. But they'll have Luffy like fight 6 squads of people and not learn it, and then have a breakout moment. And it's like, I didn't need to watch the last 4 episodes to find out that he learns how to use real hockey. Like you could have just like summed it up that like gave me like a 30-second clip of him fighting 1,000 people and then learning it, or do the thing with Big Mom and then have him learn it, because that was I didn't need the build up to that. If the whole point of this him being in the prison was for him to learn that hockey, I didn't need 6 episodes of him in there. Like I need a max 2. So
I feel you, but like the thing with that is that like the training in that prison isn't the main focus of the prison. Like we have 6 episodes of Luffy training, but that's only because he can't leave the place. So like, and like what you're saying with Naruto, like One Piece never has like a set training arc. Literally, the only time that's happened is the 2-year time skip. All their training is always within like real fights. That's why Luffy has to fight 10 fights before he learns something, because that's the same like time if he was just sitting and training this one thing dolo. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like that's like how the training and shit works, because like just imagine how long One Piece would be if Oda took time to write out specific training arcs for characters. This shit would never end. No, it would be 50 years long.
No, see, that's the thing. I think that's what I'm trying to say, is that I think they spend too much time even showing any training. Like I don't need them. Like I need them to be more time skippy. Like I need them to be like, all right, Luffy started training on October 31st, and then here's him fighting 1,000 people, and just go to a cutscene of him punching like 5 of them, and then being like, in that time, in the next episode, he figured out how to use his haki.
Yeah,
like, and that's it. Like, I don't need to see him fight 1,000 people and like come across different challenges to that like kind of have a small impact. Like, honestly, Big Mom being in Wano, we knew she was in Wano. I didn't need to figure out that she got her memory back by seeing Luffy. Like, could have did that any other way. Like, could have saw his bounty on a poster, but like, that's Luffy. And then wet ham sandwich. Didn't need to have that whole joint. Like,
yeah, I feel you.
I feel like a lot of like that Naruto, I felt like they just elongated things too much. Like, you don't need all that info on a person training. But then again, I don't want Black Clover time skips where
it's a fine line, bro.
Yeah, like
fine line.
They're not on it. They haven't touched on it.
A lot of fucking animes don't get the training shit right. And especially because One Piece is weekly, so they have like to plan that shit out is obviously way harder than like a fucking seasonal anime or some shit like that.
Right, and that's I think why seasonal animes rock. Like Demon Slayer, they're perfect. Like their training series, perfect.
Yes, seasonal is the best. It's the best format for anime. Weekly is it's obsolete.
Yeah. Yo, but big facts though. Big facts. Talk about Demon Slayer and like seasonal animes. So I watched a little bit of Black Clover. Black Clover, I'm just like, I'm iffy on. Like, Black Clover does the thing where they have 10 really relevant, like, sick episodes where you're very engaged, and then it's not even filler, because the filler is actually a part of what you're doing, but it's just not enjoyable filler. It's like not enjoyable storytelling. Like they dropped the bomb on the guy who balances people's like sins and gravity and stuff, and his grimoire is crazy. But then we don't see him, and they're just like trying to prove that Asta's like not a demon, but they haven't done anything up until this point where it's like worthy. Like, you know, there's no real substance. They just kind of have like bits of substance, and that's what I dislike. I was saying like before, like that's what's tough with Black Clover. It's like they even in Black Clover they haven't like even mastered the basics of like that. Like they'll give you like a little bit of info here and there, and then all of a sudden out of nowhere, just like Asta learned how to, you know, teleport, and you're like, wait, what? Like, why did he learn how to teleport in this fight over the course of like 16 other fights? Like, there's no build up. There was small build up, no build up, too much information. And it's like, well, now I got to unpack like how Uno can destroy a planet. Like, I didn't get like when did he do that? Like, no. We went through all this, and then all of a sudden Uno just destroys planets. So yeah, I was like, not cool. So
yeah, that shit's tough.
And lastly, Demon Slayer just always is hot. I'm just gonna leave it at this. Yo, episode 4, bro. The heartless one over here, who does not cry for anything, was on the brink of tears. Like, I was so close. I was like, you ever get that sunken feeling in your chest where you're like, damn.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I felt. I felt that. Yeah.
Yeah. So if that's true, I'll probably be crying at episode 4 though.
Oh, dude, it's gonna.
You see me live on stream sobbing.
It's too many emotions at once.
I feel you. Yeah, Demon Slayer has been good. I'm only on episode 3, obviously, but it's been good. It's definitely fucking been good. I'm definitely waiting for episode 4 because before you said that, just the way they framed episode 4, it seems like it's gonna be saucy because it's like the Demon Slayer selection test or whatever. So it has to be crazy. So like that's what I'm waiting for right now.
All right. Yeah, no, it's definitely gonna be a solid. It's gonna be like that. It's just all good. The whole series is honestly, like I said, is goated 10. Because I've watched the whole thing already and I'm rewatching it again. It's just good. There's nothing better. Out than
the
that.
3 episodes I've seen have been fucking good. Like I still think the best episode has been the pilot.
Yeah,
but all 3 have been fucking good. Like there hasn't been I can't even think of a bad scene from any of the 3 episodes, to be honest.
The way they build is just perfect. It's honestly like they give you just enough information and they give you just enough action, and they always prioritize like animation.
Yeah.
I think that's what I like. Like,
animation it always looks fucking crazy, and even in the smallest scenes, like there's a part in the third episode where like it's like a 5-second thing, and it's just like a first-person view of you walking in the snow. And then you see the individual snowflakes passing your face. It's ridiculous, bro.
Yep.
And it's only like a 5-second like transition from scene to scene, but it's still like wild to think that like they took the time. This probably was a whole day to animate the snow 5 seconds, and it just looks incredible. I'm like, bro, like it's fucking ridiculous.
Thank you. Still nothing goes as
shit, man.
I still don't think anything goes as hard as the water and Fire Force.
Yeah. That water is probably the cleanest shit I've seen for like a regular like random animation, bro. That water is the cleanest thing I've seen. It's ridiculous. All right, so on your boys' weekly recap, what have I been doing? I've been working through Attack on Titan mostly because we've been talking about that shit. So I haven't really watched anything crazy. I watched Fire Force. I've been reading Solo Leveling. Actually, I'm caught up with that shit. The latest chapter was wild. Latest chapter was fucking like it's wild when you can like you can like not predict, but you can see something happening. Yeah. And then the same thing you think would happen happens, but then it still blows your expectations out of the water. Like that's what happened last chapter. Like something happened where I'm like, oh yeah, this is probably gonna happen because like it makes sense. And then when it happened, I'm like, oh, this is even better than what I thought it was gonna be.
Yo, you were talking about that, like it's how you really love this like, bro. And you went through these chapters so fast,
dude. I finished 123 chapters in like less than 2 weeks. I think it was like 9 days.
That's so much.
And I only was reading it at work. I wasn't really reading it like at home because I didn't want to like burn through it so fast. And I still burned through it in 9 days.
That's solid, man.
Yeah. God. So that shit's clean as fuck. One Piece manga, clean as fuck. We're 6 chapters away from 1,000, bro. It's fucking crazy. Fucking crazy. It's ridiculous. Like they're fighting Kaido right now, so like they're in the thick of it right now.
They're actually
like,
fighting him.
They're actually fighting the Kaido right now. So
I'm so excited for that. I need to see Kaido get put to sleep. Just
bro.
Like
it's not happening yet, bro, because the man is still looking clean. I mean, where we're at right now, he's still looking clean, bro. Yeah, no dirt on the man, nothing.
I mean, Kaido's he's a problem. He's
OD.
Yo, honestly, I've never seen this in the One Piece realm. Maybe I'm trying to think if I have. No, I've never, other than the dude, but even his wasn't that drastic. But I guess who was the dude who turned into the giraffe?
Kaku.
Yeah. He's like the only one of the fruit eaters other than Chopper, but he had the monster point. Who grew in size, but no one has drastically grew in size like Kaido. Like, I'm not gonna lie, he turned into a dragon. Oh, well, that doesn't matter. Everyone's gonna
bro, spoilers for fucking deep in One Piece. I'm talking about deep, like deep, bro. God damn.
But I'm sorry. I've never seen somebody use the size of the whole town. Like,
it's massive.
And he's a big individual. He's probably a giant, right? I would assume he's a giant.
We don't know if he's technically giant size, but he's fucking huge. Like Big Mom is huge, but she's not giant size. So like we don't know if he's a giant, but he's like 17 feet tall or whatever. He's fucking huge.
He's also he's so like I've never seen somebody's size like difference change other than Chopper and the guy who turned into a giraffe. But it makes sense for the guy who turned into a giraffe, but he didn't turn into like a 20-foot, like a 300-foot giraffe. Like I'm assuming dragons are large, but like Kaido was the biggest transformation I've ever seen in the One Piece.
And it doesn't necessarily mean that like because he's a dragon he'll be big, because we've seen Momonosuke has a dragon fruit and he's like a little dragon. But like Kaido fucking transforms, and he's like literally like the size of the town. Like it's fucking crazy.
It's his head was bigger than 2 buildings. Like, and that's like what I just didn't understand is like even the people who have like the mythic, the dinosaur and the mammoth.
Yeah.
Like when they transform, they don't become like preposterously huge. Even the dude who's a long neck dinosaur wasn't as big as Big Mom.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, why is Kaido the size of a whole town?
It's fucking crazy, bro. It's fucking crazy. But like, we're not even sure if like the dragon form is his actual fruit, though. There's also a possibility where like he's originally a dragon who ate the human fruit, the only human fruit. So like, you know how there's other human models, right? So like, all right, this is gonna be a breakdown of.
Run that.
So the human fruit that Chopper has, there's different models. So like Chopper has human fruit model human or whatever. So like the regular base one. So like Sengoku has the human fruit model Golden Buddha. So he turns into the Buddha statue. So like there's a theory that like Kaido might have the human fruit model Oni. So like he's actually a dragon, and then his fruit makes him into the Oni part that we see, like kind of like horned dude. Yeah. And that's his fruit makes him into a human. Which would make sense because like the fruit doesn't make him, that's his original size. He's that big.
Oh,
so we don't know if that's we don't know for sure. It can be either or.
That would fix my brain right there.
It would be either or, and it makes sense because it doesn't take into account his original size.
Yeah, and that would make sense because if he went from like that's what I was saying. If he went from being that size, and being gigantic, like. That doesn't make sense to me. But if you went from being gigantic into being like a human, like even the Golden Buddha was actually that was kind of big.
Pretty big, but like
So like it would make sense if he digressed into that, and then maybe that's why he's like a shitty person and wants to make everyone else into animals.
Yeah,
because
so like
he himself isn't
it's fucking weird.
Dragon.
It's so weird because like even in Kaido's like base form we see him all the time, like he has like dragon scales, like he has stuff like that. So it's fucking weird. Like we don't really know what's going on with his fruit.
That's crazy. Yeah, and that's actually big facts. Oh my god, never even thought of that.
Yeah, so that's a possibility because we don't know for sure if he has the dragon fruit. Like they never even specified.
Yeah,
and we've never really seen a transformation like that. Though we've barely seen him transform.
Only when he got wasted.
Yeah.
And I'm like a dragon.
This shit's really crazy. It's not Kaido.
Kaido is next level. Yeah. For all you listeners, sorry that I just dropped that on you, but Kaido is next level. He is literally next. He is the final boss. He earned the title.
It's crazy that he's like a final boss vibe, but like he's not even close to the final boss, bro.
No.
And like this man is like final boss level, but he's not even the main, like the Flash fucking villain, bro. Just thinking about like I don't even want to think about how absurd Blackbeard's gonna be after seeing how crazy Kaido is.
I think Blackbeard's probably gonna be one of the most lawless
for sure.
People. Like it just has to be in his character build and his nature. Because
I don't know. Some shit's gonna happen with him.
Yeah, that's literally the one person I have the least amount of information on.
Him and Shanks.
Yeah, Shanks is actually worse, I think.
Yeah. We don't know shit.
I just know he has like hockey, but I don't know what like his extent of it is. I just assume it's the best. Like
no one knows.
Yeah.
The man is fucking goated. Like literally no one knows what his power is. There's a theory that his hockey is so strong that he can slow down time. That's a theory.
That's a crazy theory.
Because of how fast he got to Marineford. It doesn't make sense if you think about it. So he went to Wano to stop Kaido. We don't know if he went fully to Wano. He was en route to Wano to stop Kaido. He stopped Kaido from going to Marineford and then showed up at Marineford in time to stop the war. Like, how is that possible?
Yeah, that's a big jump.
So that's what people think. Like he has some kind of way to manipulate time or some shit like that. But who knows? No one, like I said, we don't know shit about Shanks.
Yeah,
it's all like fucking random theories that people have trying to explain shit that happens in the story.
Hopefully they don't mess with some time. I just don't want them to go down. That will lose me. Like, remember how we talked about this time travel?
There's already been time travel in fucking One Piece, bro.
But
there's already been time travel.
But see, the time travel is I like this version of time traveling.
Yeah,
is that you only go forward. Yeah, so it makes sense. Like you can just pause yourself and go forward. Like that makes actual sense. But like slowing down time or like that would make sense. But if it was like you can go backwards,
backwards is off the table.
Yeah,
backwards is off the table. If Shanks has like his hockey is so powerful that it just slows down the time around him.
Yeah.
So like everything is like popping off at the same speed, but like he is in a slower time or whatever, like some kind of weird sciencey shit. Like that can make sense. But like once you bring going back into time, that just kills the whole story.
Yeah. So like don't do that. But like going forward,
I don't think they do that. Yeah, forward would be tight.
Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Like you can't control anything leading up to that like point that you stop at.
Yeah.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, that'd be tight.
No more spoilers, though.
Yeah, no more. Jeez, this man Deion dropped a big one, bro.
I did.
That's a fucking bomb.
Oh.
So yeah, I've been watching that. I also been checking out this new anime that my best friend Michelle and our homeboy Adam showed me. This shit is called Death Parade. That shit is actually valid.
Death Parade sounds weird.
It's actually valid. So like basically, the main premise is that two people have to play this game to either, and when the game is finished, to either get put to heaven or hell. So basically, it's just a game of where they're going after they pass, and like these games are supposed to show their real colors. So like basically, they go into this thing, they play the game, and it shows their real colors, and then they get judged to where they go spend the afterlife. So that's the whole premise, and it's really sick because like it's so fucking unpredictable.
Okay.
And for someone like me to say that is crazy because I've watched so much anime that like all the time I be predicting shit. I'm like, oh, this is gonna happen, and it comes true. But like with this shit, I cannot guess what the fuck is gonna happen. That's why this shit is really tight. So it's only 12 episodes. It's mad short.
Oh, I'll have to knock it out tonight then.
Yeah, it's on Hulu.
Okay.
So it's I highly recommend. It's fucking valid.
That's funny because like we have Sam on record multiple times calling out multiple things in anime. Still today. Still
on record.
On record, man.
Literally on stream. I've said things and it's happened and literally
that's like, funny. That is
literally. I have witnesses. We can ask my boy Hoodies. Literally, we've been watching Yu Hakusho. I'll say some shit, it'll happen, and it'll be like, damn, Sam watches too much anime because I literally just guess everything that happened.
Too much. I was thinking about when we were talking about tropes and stuff in anime and how so I'm like, and then you see it and you look at it and in your head you think to yourself, man, this guy or this girl is going to be a badass based upon what they just did.
Yeah, exactly. Bro, it's just so funny.
Or what they're wearing sometimes too. It just gives it all away. You're like, oh, why are they wearing two sandals? They're wearing sandals? They definitely have a sword. Like,
Fedora? He's definitely saucy. What?
So much
eye patch? He's definitely cool as shit.
Yo, eye patch is the literal coolest. Like anyone who I've ever seen with an eye patch is fire.
Bro, eye patches are always clean, bro.
They have a scar on their face. They're a killer. They're a cold-blooded killer. Like
cold-blooded. Cold-blooded.
We won't get too far in that. Let's try to save some time for this main meat that we got going on.
Facts.
Anything else though? Anything else on that you want to drop in?
Nah, that's it. Just read or watch One Piece. Read Solo Leveling until it gets animated, and check out Death Parade. It's fucking good.
Yes, all right, I like that. Read, watch, and my last one. Please go check out Demon Slayer. Goated. That's gonna be the one that I push for like the next week and a half.
That's fair.
All right, so for the main meat today, we're talking about Attack on Titan Season 1. Now, we spit mad facts about the pilot. We kind of delved a little bit deeper into some other episodes, but we did a pretty good job of sticking to just the pilot that one time.
Yeah, we did move a little bit, but like we only moved to like maybe like episode 7, like the Trost battle, but that's really it.
Yeah, we didn't do too much. Usually we talk about like episode 10 plus, but this time we kept it we were a little bit more behaved this time.
Facts.
So I'm very happy that we did that. Now we got more to talk about today. And Attack on Titan, I keep forgetting how just great the whole series is as a anime. Like just the way it is set up. It's so amazing. So should we do the recap? Yeah, or how do you want to? We could do a little recap of what.
Yeah, I guess so.
All right. So for those who are just listening to this episode, and if you haven't heard, please go back and listen to our previous episode of the pilots. We give a full recap of what we do. I mean, what the anime is about, the main characters, and what the goal of the show is. And we do a review on the pilot, so it gives you a little bit more information. But as far as this, just remember, we're following the main protagonist, Eren Yeager. And as we said, there's more. Sam like corrected me on this last time, but there's Armin and Mikasa.
Did I really correct you?
You didn't correct me. You're like, I was like, we're following Eren and Mikasa. You go, well, Armin's also a part of that too. We gotta follow him. And I was like, you're right, but it's not like about him. It's about like Eren and like Mikasa too, because. And then you're like, nah, but Armin's in there. I'm like, yeah, you're right, because now we know stuff about all people. So now it's about that. so yeah.
Bro, this shit's so funny.
It's comedy. So yeah, so we follow those three as they move through the military. There's different branches of the military, and they're trying to fight Titans. Titans are man-eating creatures that are causing havoc on the human race, and they're trying to figure a way to save the human race. So that's like kind of basic, right? Like that's pretty. That's a
pretty basic synopsis for sure.
Pretty good synopsis. All right. Anyway, so now that we have season 1, things got way crazy, way crazy, and I just want to talk about how Eren, like, all right, so I'm just gonna start off. Actually, I don't give a fuck about Eren. I want to start off with Mikasa.
I don't give a fuck about Eren.
Let's talk about how when Eren found out that he was the Titan.
Yeah.
And he was over the wall, and the whole unit and the general, I don't even care. The one that I'm just calling him the scared general, the shook general.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
I do, of course.
That piece of shit. The shook general.
Rash.
And
like this man, Armin was barring him up, bro, and this man was so scared he couldn't even listen. That's how you know the nigga's pussy.
Yeah, I hated that. That guy sucked.
OD, anyway, bro. Armin was really barring him up, bro. Mm-hmm.
Oh, my Lanta. Anyway, Mikasa goes, yo, I'm a murderer. She goes, there's what, like 50 of them? I'll kill them all. Like Mikasa said, she had they had guns. They had guns, and Mikasa said, what? It don't matter, Eren. Stay back. I'm killing them all. Like,
she's really ready. Like at any moment, she's really ready to just fuck anyone up. Like, he doesn't care who it is. Like, it doesn't matter if they get on her bad side. It's literally over. Like, she just does not care. Like, she does not care, which is the craziest part. Like, as soon as something has to do with any of her people, mostly Eren and Armin, bro. She just flips a switch and she just like
it's gonna kill you. Like
it's crazy.
It's insane.
It's crazy. And like you could understand, like obviously, like I said last episode, you understand why she's like this with Eren, because Eren literally saved her life. Not even just that, like she was getting trafficked, like she was down bad, and this man Eren went in there and saved her life. So like obviously you understand like why she's so adamant on protecting Eren. But it's the level is too crazy, bro.
Yeah, the level of just how instinctually she is as a fighter is
it's ridiculous.
Is almost on a godly level.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I can't wait till we get answers onto why they're so godly.
Exactly. And that's kind of where I wanted to kick it off. It's just like how from that moment, it just shows it kind of that was episode 10. And it shows, I honestly think that was the episode that set the precedent for the next episodes, like in the next seasons. Because knowing what we know now, and that's why I like to go back, like you said, we get to go back and like see these different things.
Yeah.
You see that Armin is intelligent, clinical, and persuasive. You see that Mikasa is just a savage, and you see like Eren is an indecisive, like powerhouse.
Yeah,
like that's pretty much just what he is.
It's crazy.
He's like the main fighter, but he's so indecisive. Like Mikasa will kill you on an instant. Yeah. Eren will think about it, but like sometimes not think about it, and then Armin will always think about it. So it's like the drastic.
It's crazy. Like they all like complement as like a 3-person squad. They all complement each other like so well. So like Armin will always think things through and have like a plan and then a backup plan in case shit falls off. So that's him. He's mostly mind. Whereas Mikasa is literally all physical, like combative ability. Like she'll really fuck anybody up. And this man, Eren, has like an undominable will, bro. Like his will cannot be like shut down. No matter what happens to him, bro, it doesn't matter. He's just always just fighting. Like just fight, bro. And like it's crazy how like they all complement each other so well. And like you really see it. Like this is later in the season, like episode 20 something or whatever, when they're like Annie transforms. Well, spoilers with the female side, whatever. Yeah. So we'll talk about that after. So when she starts like collapsing the cave and then they dip off and they leave Eren there, like you see clearly like their 3 traits. Like Armin comes with a plan, then Mikasa goes to fight the female Titan, and then Eren's there like trying to figure out what's going on. And then when he finally transforms, he's just a unstoppable willpower monster who just no matter what happens, he's gonna take you down. Mm-hmm. It's fucking crazy. It doesn't matter. He's lost arms. His no arms. He's like crawling on the floor, trying to bite your neck. Like it doesn't matter. His willpower is too strong. It's really crazy.
It is, and I think that's a good compliment for a team. I think that way they've adjusted the team base to where you can follow them specifically by like you can follow them each in their own story at different levels, and there's no competition. It's like.
Yeah, for sure.
Is Mikasa going to become a better planner? Yes, but no, she has her strength. So you get, and that's why I want to see in like season 2. How do they develop? Like, does Eren become a little bit more patient?
Yeah,
or is he? Because Levi said this, and I think it was like episode 5. It was episode 15. I want to say when they first have Eren because they got control of him. Mm-hmm. And they added him to the scouts. And Levi said, "Why do you want to be a scout?" He said, "I want to slaughter all Titans."
Yeah.
And that face. And you're right. They did a close up on his eyes, and he was tweaking, bro.
Yeah, they do. I'm telling you, the eyes thing is like is a lot. They're always showing people's eyes, and like they always have crazy shading on their eyes.
Yeah,
like it's a huge thing in this anime to show niggas' eyes to convey their like feelings and emotions and shit like that.
And they do it well.
Sick. Really good.
So like. Levi asked him that, and then it was later in episode 20. Like I wrote these 2 parts down because I really wanted to like talk upon it, and it was actually episode 19, and all the scouts are flying through when they're trying to capture the female Titan, and they're running through the woods.
Yeah.
And Eren's just seeing like, yo, she is cold, man. She was killing mad people, just literally killing them, right?
Cold, and like. Yeah. In ways that like are brutal, bro. Like she's swinging the guy like a yo-yo and slamming them into trees. Like it's wild the shit she's doing.
Gross. So on that, like when Eren was gonna transform to like he's like I'm gonna fight her, and Levi hit him with the like make a decision, make the decision that you'll regret the least.
Yeah,
I can't tell you if you're gonna be right or wrong. I was like, wow,
that's a fucking bar too.
That was a bar, but then he hit him with the craziest shit that blew everyone's mind in the group and Aaron's when he looked at him and said, "But it doesn't matter because he's a monster, and I'm not even talking about him being a Titan. He's been a monster even before he had Titan powers."
Yeah,
and I was like, "Oh, because it's true." Didn't we say that in the episode? I'm like, these guys are cold blood. Like he murdered people at the age of like 7.
Yeah,
like
they're not
normal kids.
They're not normal.
And he like when he's like he's a monster before he's even a Titan, and I was like, yo. And
Levi's seen like Aaron's real mentality in terms of like these Titans.
Yeah,
when they were interrogating him with Erwin in that when he was in the jail, like when he's like, I want to slaughter everything, and like you see the look on his face, and Levi took notice of that instantly. He's like, oh shit. Like this man is not regular. He's not a regular ass dude.
Because people interact different with the Titans. Like people hate the Titans, but like Aaron is on a whole nother level of like psychopath.
Yeah, because like Aaron is so different because like we see it like happen with people from the 104th trainer squad, his squad. Yeah. When they first see the Titans eat people, they're all shook, like Sasha, Connie, John, like all of them are terrified. They don't even want to see Titans ever again. And Aaron was younger, and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna kill all of them. I'll see y'all next year. I'm gonna take all y'all out." Like he's really built different.
Yo,
he's really built different, bro.
He is, man. I wonder how much of that comes from like his upbringing, you know, and like it's just tough. It's that that was just honestly the way he did that, and he's always the first to react. Him and Mikasa are always the first to react.
Always.
And it kind of like I think that's why they're so safe. Like other people die a lot because they're so slow to react. And Mikasa and Aaron are always moving, and they're not afraid. They're like they're afraid, but they're not afraid. You know?
Yeah, they're afraid, but they don't let their fear like debilitate them like other people. Yeah, like niggas will just stand there like shook and I don't know what to do, but they're like, all right, we got to do shit.
Yeah, damn. So that was how. So we kind of spoke a little bit about like Aaron, Mikasa, Armin, the difference in their like thought processes. How Aaron's crazy. I wanted to say, I think it was like episode 15 with Hanj when they captured.
Yeah.
It's so, I think that Hanj is going to be able to, going back and watching this, I want to see episode like next. So this is like long thoughts.
Yeah.
I want to see how Hanj helps Aaron become a better fighter. And this isn't even like spoilers for in the future, because we all know that Aaron turns into a Titan. But Hanj, right? She is studying Titans, and she has like this weird obsession. And like she's built different. I wrote that in my notes.
She's also built different too. She's insane.
So I wonder how she's gonna help, because there's things that Armin I feel is smart, but he's not a scientist, right?
Right, exactly, of course.
So like Hanj, I think is gonna elevate their like Aaron's skill level to a whole nother level.
Yeah,
because she's gonna study and like run tests,
right,
and teach him how to do things that I want to think that maybe even like I want to say it on record now, maybe even other like Titans who are shifters don't know about.
Right.
Because like they might have been taught, but they're not running through the like obsessive compulsiveness of like Hanj.
Yeah, for sure. Like she'll definitely find out some weird shit. Yeah. Based on like whatever crazy tests she be doing, for sure.
Because like he can make a sword or something. That'd be dope, right?
He just has a sword.
Could you imagine that?
Sword. That'd be crazy, bro.
That'd be fire. So like Hanj is just. I think like Hanj goes so hard. In comparison to everyone else.
Yeah, she's fucking crazy, bro. And just like the way she acts and the way she treats like these Titans, like she treats them like legit, like if they were like test subjects. Like she really cared. She really cared for them. Like when they found those two Titans dead, she was breaking down because like those are really valuable. Yeah, she was sobbing because those are really valuable to her and to like humanity in general, bro.
Yeah.
So it's crazy.
And the breakdown of like her, Hanj, Erwin, Levi. Erwin is so smart.
This bro. Like, he's so like his brain is massive.
It's so massive, bro. Yo, they let a little sauce go, and so I like I said, so we don't spoil, but I would love to talk about this. Remember when this is how you know Armin has the big brain, because I think he like picked this up already. So remember when they're galloping there with Jean, Reiner, and Armin?
Yeah.
And Annie's coming from the right flank.
Yeah.
Spoilers. Like, so female Titan is coming from the right flank.
Oh yeah, we'll talk about that after this. We'll talk about
well, both of us suck. Female Titan is coming from the right flank, and Reiner goes to Armin. Like, I hope they're all right. And he's like, well, he goes, I was told that Eren and the group are in the right flank and the right front. And Jean goes, wait a minute, I was told that they were in the back left.
Yeah.
And then like Armin goes, well, that doesn't make any sense. That's not the safest part. They would definitely keep him in the safest part, which is center mid.
Yeah.
And all three of them had like different stories. So Erwin was just like big braining.
He was just telling niggas the wrong thing because he doesn't know. Like, I feel like even during that time, he felt like somebody in the Scouts was working with the Titans. Mm-hmm. Even before they knew who the female was.
Yeah.
Like, I think even during that time, he had expected like someone in the Scouts could be a traitor. So it's like he's not giving anybody any real information.
That was crazy. Just to think that he was so ahead of the game already. Where like that was honestly the next like episode. Like he thought he's like, yeah, there's definitely like traitors in the group. There has to be.
It has to be.
And it was within one battle. Like wasn't even a long thing. He just knew. He's like, oh, this is a battle. Okay, there is a traitor amongst this group. There can't not be a traitor.
Yeah.
And that was it. That was literally it. One fight. Like a half a day. He's just like, yep, my theory has been confirmed. Like, what? How'd you figure that out? I didn't know that.
Fucking crazy. All right, let's talk about this. Let's talk about this female Titan.
Big game.
Let's also talk about how this man Armin is so big brain that he figured this shit out probably before anyone.
Yeah.
He's so big fucking brain to figure this shit out. Like, he really figured out everything from when so we know who the female Titan is.
Yep.
So when they make this next excursion outside the walls to go take back this area, this other shifter just shows up. And it's the female Titan. It's a female Titan. So she's out here wreaking havoc on everyone during this shit. She's bodying people crazy. And she's obviously looking for Eren. And then she runs up on Armin. She lets him live. And then based on that, he just puts things together and figures this shit out. Mm-hmm. So like when she's catching Armin, John, and Reiner or whatever, and then like John is fighting her, and then he yells a nickname, and she stops, and he puts that together. Yeah. So
wait a minute.
So during that scene, I forgot what Eren's nickname is from the trainees, but Armin yells it. And then she's going to punch John, and she stops. And that's how John gets away. Because she realized she heard the name. And then no one else picked up on that besides Armin.
I didn't even pick that up.
Yeah. He said because they're just talking. And obviously Armin's gonna say a nickname to Eren. and she responds to the nickname. So that puts it into Armin's head, like, oh, the female Titan has to be someone who knows Eren personally because she would not know the nickname.
Oh my God,
so,
Eren. Armin,
bro,
Armin.
It's crazy. His brain is literally so swollen.
This boy's oh, okay. Yep, keep going.
Yeah. So that's the first part. That's the first part where Armin big brains the shit. Then after the shit goes on, they lead her into the forest. She's already murking everybody. They try to capture her, and then shit escapes. So they go back into the walls, right?
Oh,
they go back.
You should talk about the fight in the
forest. True.
Because that's
Eren does fight. I forgot. Yeah. Eren does fight.
That's also another big part.
Yeah. So like Deion was saying earlier, there's a part where Eren's making the choice whether to trust his teammates or to fight the female Titan who's on their tails. In the moment, it's not really a bad choice for him to fight later because like he didn't know they were all gonna die.
Yeah.
But like obviously he waits a little while to actually transform to fight her, and then they get to throwing hands. Crazy. Crazy hands.
Uh-huh.
But that was after the fight was after she had already broken out. Like they had captured her already. Yeah. And then she had called Titans to eat her, and then she escaped and transformed again, which is also another thing. Like, we don't know why she can do this, but she was able to, like, untransform and then transform again and still be able to do the same thing.
Yeah.
Whereas once Eren transforms once, he can't even move.
Yeah.
So that just shows the level of, like, how, like, capable she is at using her Titan powers or whatever.
Yeah, like her mastery of it.
Yeah. So, like, yeah, they start fighting and shit, like, Annie washes this man.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna hold you. Like, she washes the fuck out of this man. Not even close.
But so keep going.
I was gonna keep going, but if you have something to say about the fight, then
say that shit. So once again, did you notice that he picked up that Eren knew who?
Oh, I knew 1,000%. Yeah. He was in denial. He saw instantly, like, he fought. Well, if we didn't say the female Titan is Annie Lionheart, if we didn't say this already.
Like 300 times we did.
Yeah, so he had fought Annie already during her training.
Yeah.
And then she has the exact same stance and she did the exact same kick on this nigga.
Yeah.
So, like, he knew it was Annie. He just didn't want to believe it.
Yeah.
Which is the main thing.
So both him and Armin big-brained it.
OD.
All right. So you're going, so they get back to the walls right now?
Yeah, so... the female Titan escapes. No one knows what happens with her. They have to leave her there. So then, like, shit goes back. They return to the walls, and shit goes back. And Eren's is going under trial in, like, the innermost wall, Cena or whatever. Mm-hmm. So they set up this trap because people like Armin and stuff know that it's Annie. They set up a trap for her. And Armin also big brains this shit again with the thing with the inspection.
Yeah.
So he big brains the fuck out of this. Like, it's really crazy. So, like, we talked about how Hanji had those 2 test subjects and someone killed them. So we didn't know who killed them. And obviously to figure it out, they checked everyone's gear to see if anyone had any where that wasn't authorized or whatever. They didn't find anybody. But during the inspection, Armin realizes that Annie doesn't have her maneuver gear. It's Marco's. And he only realizes it because he was the one who helped Marco do maintenance on it. So he recognizes the scrapes and shit. So that also puts it into his head that, oh, Annie is hiding something. She probably killed the 2 Titans.
Yeah.
So that's another thing where Armin's the only one who can figure that, who could have figured that out. He's literally the only one. So based on that those information, he probably tells Erwin, and they set up the plan to trap Annie and Cena.
Yeah.
So they lower her into this basement, but then she figures it out.
Yeah.
And she fucking transforms in Cena, and shit starts popping off.
Yeah. He tried to lure her.
She knew, like, he lured her there, but she had already known what the deal was because she put the ring on. As soon as she put the ring on, she knew what was going to happen.
Yeah. And it had me dead because I was like, she goes, I'm not going in that basement.
Yeah. She's like, I'm not going down there, bro.
And then Aaron's like, you got to.
Like, Aaron was not low, bro.
Yeah.
He was not low at all.
Yo, he is so terrible. Aaron's
terrible.
Like
The worst actor ever.
Yeah. Like, and once again, this is where Mikasa comes through because Mikasa's just like, I'm gonna slice her neck. Like,
yeah, like she was not playing.
Yeah.
And like Aaron was getting me tight there with that shit, bro, because after everything he's seen,
yeah,
he didn't want to fight her still. That shit was getting me tight.
Yeah, that was.
I'm like,
cool.
bro, you seen Annie literally kill hundreds of your squad members. Hundreds.
Not even 100.
You're gonna still have reservations on killing her just because you trained with her for 5 years? Like, bro, I don't care.
That's crazy. Like, even people who were close to him, like the whole scout squad that like took him in, and he was like, I felt comfortable, and like this is like I trust them now. Like, she murked everyone, like brutally.
Right. Exactly, brutally, bro. Like playing games with niggas, like swinging on my yo-yos and shit. Like, she's
so come on, like what, dude?
It took too long to fight to fight up, bro. It took too long.
Yeah, it's way too long. But I also like how Levi was ready to put the hands. Just what I'm saying, Levi and Mikasa just always come through, and they're always ready to put hands on everybody.
It's something about them, bro. We don't know exactly what their deal is, but we know it's something about those two where they're just extremely ready.
Yeah, like something
extremely
about
ready.
So the fight scene with Aaron and
in the city is crazy.
In the city is way solid.
It's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah,
and just like. And like it's just seeing this man, like I was saying earlier, like this man does not give up. And like Annie is beating him. And like the craziest part is Annie has hardening. Aaron doesn't even have that technique yet. And like he's going in too. So she's like way more advanced than this man. And he's still putting the hands on her. And like it doesn't matter. Like take his arms out, doesn't matter. He's still running, biting her neck, like grabbing her with one arm, like she's not escaping.
Not at all.
I
still think the most badass part was when Mikasa cut her fall.
That shit is so ridiculous.
She looks
so Annie's trying to escape, obviously, because they know who she is. So she's trying to climb the wall, and then Mikasa cuts her fingers off. As Annie's falling, she steps on her forehead and just the coldest fucking line. She goes, Annie, fall. And she just drops. Shit is cold.
So cold.
Bro, that shit was cold, bro.
Bro, the way she did that and the look in Annie's face on her eyes when she looked up at Mikasa. It's like, this is it. She knew. Yeah.
She lost. There's no getting out of that shit.
She was defeated at that moment. Just by the look. Oh, it was chills, man.
Crazy. But like Annie is also hella interesting because like we don't know what her deal is.
Yeah,
like we don't know, and they keep showing her like flashes with her father, talking about like, oh, your father always has your back or whatever the case may be. So like we don't know, like we have no reasoning onto why she's even here trying to fuck with humanity. Like, we don't know. And we also don't know what the deal is with Marco. And like we learned about this shit in season 3, the Marco thing.
Yeah.
And I forgot how early this mystery with Marco happens.
Yep.
Like I forgot, and we don't know what is happening.
Yeah.
But we do know I think we see the 3 people who were with Marco before he passed, right? We see the 3 people.
Yeah.
So just remember those 3 people who we fucking saw.
Yeah.
With Marco last, because they obviously have something to do with why he just suddenly was just found dead.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Fucking crazy.
Like I said, the way they've planted foreshadowing in these episodes is just like
the foreshadowing is crazy.
So it's just wild, man. But yeah, season 1, I don't have anything else to say really on that. Just there's so much stuff. It's just really perfect.
I just can't wait. I just can't wait for season 2 to figure out watch season 2 again.
Yeah.
Because now season 2 is where like shit starts to really unravel.
Yeah.
Like the first episode of season 2 is called Beast Titan. So we get to see some really crazy shit coming up.
like real crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Oh, and it just gets better throughout there, right?
It just keeps going up, bro.
Yeah.
It just keeps going up.
And that's a short season, right? Season 2 is the short one.
Yeah, season 2 I think is a short one. Yeah, I think it's like 13, 15? 12. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So like even if season 2 will be a little bit more palatable than like season 1 and 3, but like there's a lot more going on in season 1 and 3. Season 2 is just kind of
for sure.
Just like a build up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm ready. Like I said, I watched episode 26 and 27 already, and I'm ready to get to the rest.
Oh, okay. You already watched season 2, 26. All right, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm up to 26, I think. 26, yeah. That's what I'm on.
Ooh, man, Beast Titan. So we'll leave it at that. Beast Titan.
Bro. Yeah. Shit's about to get real.
So, as our closing notes, as we always say, thank you everyone who came through, watched, showed love today. This is the month of Attack on Titan, so we'll be dropping crazy content on Attack on Titan. If you want to follow us, share your thoughts and ideas, please follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And use the hashtag Dosyonkos. And if you're looking for any Dosyonkos apparel, please go to my website, www.activegamerfitness.com/shop for all your apparel needs. What else we got on this? There's something else. Oh, if you want to hear us, we are on all listening platforms. You can hear us on Red Circle, Stitcher, Apple Music, and Spotify. And I think we're also on Google Play.
We're on Castbox, anything you can bump a podcast on, we're there.
We're there. Perfect. And we're also on YouTube. So if you go to activegamerfitness.com, do you have us on your YouTube as well?
Nah, I don't.
Okay, so go to Active Gamer on YouTube, and you can listen to us on YouTube as well. That being said, if you have any business inquiries, please get a hold of us at dosyonkos@gmail.com. And I don't know. I think that's it for the drop.
Yeah, that's it. We're gonna see y'all next week for a season 2 recap. You know the fucking vibes?
You know the vibes. Season 2. Oh,
season 2's gonna be juicy, bro.
I can't wait.
Fucking juicy.
Peace, fam.
All right, y'all. Peace.
Next time on the Dosyonkos podcast, we will be discussing Season 2 of Attack on Titan.